Age is a dirty word in the Collins household. Not because Dame Joan is scared of her 90 years. Or because her beloved fifth husband is a few decades her junior. But because she has always believed the secret to aging well is to, well, refuse to even give it the time of day. Oh. We don't mention that, she laughs, when asked about that birthday milestone in May. I'm 60. Plus however many years. It explains why she still has a work and social diary to rival Alexis Colby in her dynasty prime. There is the new book, her 19th, Behind the Shoulder Pads, an upcoming UK tour of her new one-woman show, a food partnership with Marks & Spencer, a passion project about Wallis Simpson, which may or may not go down that well with her royal friends, and a whole host of shopping to do before guests arrive for that night's regular poker game. It is quite the full dance card for a screen icon who could once count Jimmy Dean, Gene Kelly and Marlon Brando as pals. Not to mention, one who has known Liza Minnelli since she was a babe in Judy Garland's arms. There's far too much fuss about aging, she says. You see people in their 90s and 100s doing amazing things, running and jumping on Instagram, there's no reason to fall apart. I do my stretching exercises each morning and I have a trainer on Zoom 3 times a week. Her routine, she adds, includes standing on one leg for almost a minute, an idea which would defeat many half her age. However, one might suggest the real reason for her joie de vivre has less to do with her balancing skills and more to do with the happiness and stability she shares with hubby number 5, Percy Gibson, 58. The pair celebrated their 20th anniversary last year, a bona fide slap in the face to former skeptics of their 32-year age gap, and perhaps one reason why she is ready to open up about their relationship in a way she never has before. It is fifth time lucky, says Dame Joan, over Zoom, from their Mayfair flat. I've been feeling that for years. He is a wonderful, kind, truly good man. He's my, what's the thing he always says? My accomplice, yes, and my best friend. Plus he's extremely handsome, and he just gets better and better. We are audio only. Dame Joan has just got out of her mid-morning bath, but you can tell she is flashing that famous coy smile of hers. Everyone says how lucky I am, she adds. And how good he's looking right now. The compliments come her way too, I'm sure. The pair first met in 2000 when Dame Joan was 67 and touring the US in love letters. Percy was her 36-year-old divorced producer, of Peruvian and Scottish descent. They bonded over dinners on the road and soon, for one of the first times in her life, Dame Joan fell for the nice guy. When a last-minute change of plans saved Percy from being near the World Trade Center on September 11, the lovebirds decided life was too short not to tie the knot. They married at London's Claridge's in 2002, before recreating the day for their anniversary last year. So, has Dame Joan found a man to treat her like the queen she is? No, not at all. It can't work like that, she says. A relationship is about two people both being there to help and support each other. It's not quite what I was expecting. Although, every morning before he goes for a run he brings me a coffee in bed while I read all the papers, she adds. My mum used to read the Daily Mirror. And he leaves me little notes under the kettle. So what is the secret to this marriage? Dame Joan once refused to be Liza Minnelli's maid of honor, with the line, "I'm always the bride, never the bridesmaid." Percy and I became really good friends first, she says. So we had this connection. We really knew each other. And separate bathrooms is key. Although we are very lucky. I know that's not something everyone can have. Her point is, they give each other space. He has his office area and I have mine. I'll spend time in mine writing or phoning my friends. And he'll be working, looking after our 3 properties, she says, of their homes in London, Saint-Tropez, and Los Angeles. Then we'll do something together. Like any couple, we have our ups and downs. We do occasionally argue, it's normally when we're working together. That bodes well for the next few months. He is directing her upcoming major UK tour. Yet you only have to read her new memoir to realize their disagreements are few and fleeting. The pair give his and her versions of how they met and their wedding day, and while some recollections may vary, as Dame Joan's idol, the late Queen, would say, they are clearly besotted with each other. Take this snippet from his wedding speech: "Joan is my accomplice, my comrade, my confessor, my confidant, my fearless leader and my most loyal supporter, my very best friend." Percy's Peruvian heritage also gives him a refreshing attitude to the age gap. The age difference didn't matter to him, Dame Joan says. In Peru, if a woman is attractive, she's attractive. They don't think about it. Having endured years of ribbing about her toy boy, Dame Joan seems pleased attitudes are changing. Even if it is lately that older men are also getting more of a hard time. We are discussing her peers Robert De Niro, 80, whose partner is 45, and Al Pacino, 83, whose on/off girlfriend is 29. Both also have something extra on their plate, a newborn. The thought of having to deal with late-night feeds and nappies again causes much mirth to the mum of 3 and 4-time grandma. "Don't get me wrong, I adore my baby granddaughter," she says of her son's daughter, Dea, 18 months. "But a couple of hours with her and that's enough for me. Not that the men do much of the work, mind you. They do the cooing and that's it." Her previous love life has been complicated. She was just 19 when she married Irish actor Maxwell Reid, after he date-raped her on their first night together. They split after 3 years and she became engaged to Warren Beatty, only to have a then illegal abortion. She is appalled many U.S. states are making them illegal again. That relationship ended because of his infidelity, as did her 8-year marriage to the late actor-singer-songwriter Anthony Newley, who is the father of her daughter Tara Newley, 59, a writer and producer, and artist son Sasha, 58. She then married film producer Ron Cass, in 1972, with whom she had Katie, 51. By 1983, he had left her broke and was using drugs. Next came Swedish musician Pete Holm. They split after 2 years, in 1987, followed by Robin Hurlstone, who actively hated her family, including sister Jackie, the best-selling author. When Dame Joan began an affair with Percy, it led to a very messy breakup, but one that was worth it. "Percy was the best lover I'd ever had," she raves of her husband in her book. Since then she and Percy have had a few dramas, a fire and a water leak in their London flat, escaping wildfires in south of France, Dame Joan collapsing in LA, her corset was too tight and her meals too light, according to doctors, and 3 stints of COVID. But for the most part, the only tumultuous love lives that now keep them up at night are the ones they are binge-watching on TV. So what are they hooked on? Well, what else? A lot of TV is so boring nowadays, says Dame Joan. so Percy found a box set of Dynasty. Back then, we didn't have videos, so I haven't seen about 3/4 of them. Percy will be asking what happens next with Blake and Alexis, and I have no idea. I can certainly see why it was as popular as it was. Watching her as the formidable Alexis, Percy must be pinching himself about how lucky he is. No matter how many candles are on her birthday cake,